4 types of data. So let's look at the first type. So there are 2 main types of data. There's the categorical and then there's the numerical. Okay, good. So that's the categorical. Doesn't work. Categorical and numerical. So what are categoricals? There are 2 types. There's the nominal and ordinal. Nominal are things that have no order. For example, the colors, red, blue, and yellow, you can't put in order. Any other examples you can think of? Like, yeah, boats. Yeah, the type of boat or type of cars. Type of cars. Okay, they are in categories. And the other type are ordinals, like things like low, medium, high. Any other examples? No, temperature is numerical, that's numbers. Any other ones that are categories, so A, B, C, D, etc. Okay? Alright, and the other type is numerical. Data can take on only, so there's discrete and continuous. So discrete means that you could only take limited number of values. For example, number of children in a family. You can have 1 child, 2 children, but you can't have half a child, right? So that's discrete. Okay, so any other examples that's discrete you can think of? Anyone? Something else more interesting, like number of pen, right? Number of pen, right? Like things like objects that you cannot take half. Okay, so continuous are things like time and temperature. Any other example? Also distance. These are continuous. Okay. All right. So let's look at some examples. Example 1. What type of data would the survey questions generate? How many televisions do you have in your home? What do you write? Discrete, numerical. Very good. So it's numerical, and then it's discrete. That's good. How about the type of music you like to listen? Yes, you cannot order the types of music, so you write nominal. Actually, write categorical first. Categorical, and then nominal. No, how do I spell? M. No. Okay, good. How about your height? It's continuous. You can have any height, numerical, continuous. And how about grade? That's categorical, but you can order them. Actually, no, grade, yeah, you can have. Ordinal, it can be odd. Have you done discrete? Yeah, we have. Okay, so categorical, and ordinal. You can order your grades. Okay, very good. So these are the types of data, which is pretty easy. Hopefully you all got it down. Next one, review of data display. So we're going to draw some diagrams. Next page. Have I started recording? I have. Good. Let's do that very quickly. So you have these survey results. 20 people are surveyed to find out how many times they use the internet in a week. The raw data are listed below. So we're going to put them into a frequency table using class interval of 10. So that means we go from 0 to 9, 10 to 19. So class interval of 10 means each interval has 10 numbers. From 0 to 9, there are 10 numbers. 20 to 19, 29. And then 30 to 39 and 40 to 49. Okay, good. So then we have to get the class center. Class center is when you average the 2 numbers, 4.5, right? So if you add them, divide by 2, you get the middle number. The next one is 14.5, 24.5. So you see a pattern, you just go up by 10 each time. 44.5. These are the class centers. And once you complete these, you can just put them into a tally. So we just have to cross out the first one. 21 belongs to this class. 19 belongs to this class. 5. And just continue until you get all the data down. So we keep going. 10, 15, 15 here, and then 18 is also here. 31 is here. 40 is here. 32 is here. 25, and then 11 again. So when you reach 5, draw a cross. So you have 5 in a group. 28, 31, 29, 16, and 2, 13, 33, 14, and 24. Okay, so hopefully I got it right. I think I've got the answers to look at. I think I got it right. Good. So with 2, 8, 5, 4, and 1. So if you add up all the numbers in the frequency, it should give you the total number of scores. That's the total frequency. Okay? And then you can work out the percentage frequency by doing 2 divided by 20, change to percentage, which is 10%. I won't show all the working for each one. You will know what to do. So that's 40%. That will be 25%. That will be 20%. And then 5%. And they should, of course, add up to 100%. Okay. All right. Any questions? So it's pretty straightforward. All right. All right. Once we've done this, we can then continue. We're going to draw a graph. We're going to draw a frequency distribution. We're going to draw a frequency histogram. So what you do is we're going to have the vertical axis as the frequency. So frequency, you write it down. So frequency. And the horizontal axis will be your class center. Like that. And then we can start drawing. So we'll put in the class center. So we'll put 4.5 there. The next one is 10.5. And then what's the next one? 20.5. No, actually not 10.5. 14.5. So write 14.5. Let's make it a bit bigger. 14.5. And then 24.5. 34.5. And then 44.5. I think that's all good. So let's draw the diagram. So first it has a height of 2. Go up by 2, 4, 6, 8. We'll have enough. And then your first one is this, like that. So make sure you have a half a centimeter gap. Always have a half cm gap. Let me highlight this. This is very important. Okay, half a centimeter gap. When you draw the histogram, you must include a gap. And then after that, we'll do the next one. The next one is 8. To draw a column, 8. And then the next one is 5. And the next one is 4. And the next one is 1. And that's it. This is the histogram. You might like to color it. I mean shade it. That's the histogram. And then you have to draw a polygon. Does it ask you to draw a polygon? Showing both the frequency and percentage frequency on one graph. Actually, you don't need to draw a polygon, but I just draw one anyway. So you start from the origin, join to the middle, join to the middle, 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 middle. So that's the polygon. Polygon. And then you join to the end. You must stop at the end, like that. Of course, you need a heading for any graph, so make sure you write heading. Otherwise, you may lose a mark. Number of times use the internet in a week. Number of times people use internet in a week. I think that's it. You also have to show the percentage frequency. So let's do the percentage frequency. So the highest is 40%. The next one will be, so go up by 10. 10%, 20%, 30%. Yeah. Okay, good. So that's the frequency, that's the percentage frequency. All right, done. Any question? All right, good. And the last bit, we're going to draw a stem and leaf plot on the same data, isn't it? We're going to do a same stem and leaf plot, and then we're going to find the median. All right, hopefully done. Okay, very, very straightforward. Yeah, so that's all done here. Let's do a stem and leaf plot. Okay, let's try stem and leaf plot. So stem and leaf plot looks like this. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And then what you do is this. You're going to put them into the graph. Okay, so let me do this again. I'm going to rub this off, rub this, and then we're going to use a different color pen maybe. Okay, good. So you got 21 means you put 1, 21, 19, 5. Does that make sense how we do the stem and leaf plot? 10, 0, 15, and 18, etc. Right? So you just do it. And then we just keep going. 31, 40. What's the next one? 32, 25, 11, 28, 31, 29, 16, 2, 13, 33, 14, and 24. Okay, does that make sense? And then you have to put them in order. Okay, after you do this, you put them in order, in ascending order. So you draw this again, and then put them in order. So 2 first, then 5, and then put them in order. 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Oops. Next one, 1, 4, 5, 8, 9. 1, 1, 2, 3, 0. Right? Like that. That's your ordered stem and leaf plot. And once you do this, we can find the median. What's the median? It's the middle score. So let's do the middle score. So you go first, last, cross out 3, cross out 3, cross out 2, cross out 2, cross out 2, cross out 2, until you get to the middle. So 21, isn't it? No, I think I made a mistake. Let me check again. How many scores? Oh, there's 20 scores. Let's undo. Control Z. Control Z. How many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then cross out 3 here, cross out 3 there. 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, you're left with 2 numbers. 21 and 19. So 19 plus 21 on 2 gives you a median of 20. Alright, done. That was a bit long. Okay, that's okay. So we go through more exercise. So these are things you've done before. It's a quick revision. Now we go to 4C, which is summary statistics. Again, something you learned from year 9 last year. Okay. I hope you all got it. Okay, alright, good. Summary statistics. I will do an example. Actually, we'll do 2 examples. Okay, and then we'll do the box and whiskers plot. Okay, all got it? Let's move on. Next page. Thank you. All right, next page. 5-number summary. What's a 5-number summary? Minimum score, Q1, Q2, Q3, maximum score. To get the range, you do the maximum value minus the minimum value. Interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. And there's outliers, and there are formula for outliers. If the outlier is above this number, it's an outlier. If the number less than this number, it's also an outlier. Okay, so that's how we know if something is an outlier. So let's do this question, example 1. So we're going to find the interquartile range and the range. So it is already ordered. So to get the range, you just go the maximum minus minimum. That gives you 18. Good. Then you have to find the interquartile range, so you have to find the quartiles. So how do I find the quartiles? Watch carefully. So you find the median first. So you go, let's underline them. 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. So you're left with 2. So you put it in the middle. So there's exactly the same number of scores on the left of the green line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's same number of scores on the right of the green line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if there are even number of scores, you divide it into 2 equal parts. And within each, you're going to find the median of each. So you go 1, 2, 1, 2. That's your Q1. So Q1 is for the lower quartile. And then you go first, last, 13. That's your Q3, your upper quartile. And the question is, what's Q2? Q2 is just the median. You don't need to find it, but just include it here for completeness. 6 plus 8 divided by 2, which is 7. Okay, so to get the IQR, what you have to do Q3 minus Q1, which is 13 minus 4, 9. Get the idea? Good. Okay, so try the next question. Continuing on, let's do this example. So hopefully you started already. Alright, okay, so put them in order. So how do I put them in order? So that's the smallest. So 1, 1, 2, 2. And then 3, 3. And then 4. There's 3 4s. And there's a 5. There's a 6. And then there's a 7. And there's 18. All done. Good. For the data, find the minimum number of grease spotters. So 1 is the minimum. Maximum is 18. Median, so you just go like this. Underline them. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. How many numbers? There's 13 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, okay. Alright. Yes, sorry. Like this. Got myself confused. Okay, Control Z. Control Z. 3 scores. Oops. 3. And then there's 2. 2. Okay, you're left with this. That's your median. Q2. 4. Okay? Once you got that, if there's odd number of scores, you have to exclude the middle score, the median. You have to exclude this. You divide into 2 sets. Right? You exclude the 4. And then you have to go first, last, first, last. So your Q1 will be 2 plus 2 on 2. Get the idea? That's your Q1. And then the other one, you go first, last, these 2, 5 plus 6 on 2, 5.5, that's your Q3. And then Q2 is the median, middle. Okay, note there's an odd number of scores, you exclude the 4, right? Whereas when there's an even number of scores, everything's included. Okay, all right, let's continue. Let's do IQR. IQR, you just go Q3 minus Q1, which is 5.5 minus 2, 3.5. Yep. Any outliers? How do I know if there's an outlier? You have to calculate this threshold. You calculate the lower threshold, which is equal to, how do I do that? Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. So you get Q1, which is 2, minus 1.5 times 3.5. So use your calculator. So you get, actually not 3, oh yeah, 3.5. So 2 minus 1.5 times 3.5. So that will be negative 3.25. So if you have a score that's less than negative 3.25, that will be an outlier. Say again? Yeah, it means that your numbers are so small. If it's smaller than this number, you'll be considered an outlier. Yeah, but 2 minus 1.5 times 3.5. Not 0.5, 1.5. This part is 1.5. Times the interquartiles. Yeah, you multiply first, then subtract. Yeah, okay, good. And then calculate the upper threshold. Upper threshold, you get Q3 plus 1.5 IQR, which is, what's Q3? 5.5 plus 1.5 times 3.5. So if you use your calculator, 5.5, actually you just have to change this 5.5, change this to a plus. You get 10.75. So what does that tell us? So the only score that's more than 10.75 is the 18. That's the outlier. So you say, therefore, 18 is outlier. Why is that outlier? because it's more than this number. Okay, any question? And then why is there outlier? How do we explain that? Because if there's lots of geese on that day, maybe a flock of geese was spotted on that day. So maybe a flock of geese was spotted that day. Okay, good. All right, any question on how to use this threshold to determine outliers and how to find the lower quartile, upper quartile, etc. Okay, finally we're going to do a box plot and then we finish. 20 minutes. Okay, good. So we'll finish in 25. Should be done in 5 minutes. Very easy. Hopefully you all got it. All good. Thank you. Box plot. This is related to 4C. You have to use the 5-number summary. Minimum, lower quartile, medium, upper quartile, maximum. 5 numbers. And then you have outliers, which we discussed before. Construct the given set. Determine any outliers exist by finding Q1, Q3. Let's do that. So put them in order first. So let's cross them off as you go. So you go cross out 2, that's 2. Okay, let's go 2. What's the next one? 3. 3 again. 5, and then 4. 4. And then 5. 5. Lots of 5. 4, 5, right? And after 5, there's the 6 and 6. And then there's the 7. And then there's the 9 and the 12. Okay, good. So these are the scores. Let's find Q1, Q3. Same as before. Underline 4, underline 4, underline 2, and underline 2. You have one middle left, which is Q2. We don't have to write it down. Let's find Q3. Q3, you have to go first, last, and then got the middle. So that's your Q3. Q3 equals to 6.5. And then to get Q1, you go first 2, last 2, got the middle. So Q2, Q1 is 3.5. Hopefully I got it right. Q1. So let's find the interquartile range. That's equal to 6.5 minus 3.5, which is 3. Okay, now let's find out if there's any outliers. Okay, so possibly the 12 could be an outlier. So how do we check it? Is to go through, find the threshold. So you go upper threshold. So you go, which is Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. And Q3 was 6.5 plus 1.5 times 3. If you use a calculator, that will be 4.5. 4.5 plus that, 11. So 12 was just a little bit more than the threshold. Since 12 is greater than 11, which is the upper threshold, that's the upper limit, the maximum it could be before it becomes an outlier. So therefore, 12 is an outlier. You can check if there's any outlier in the bottom, but I don't think there will be because there's a lot of small numbers. When you calculate the lower threshold, I think it will be a negative number. You could try that. But we're not going to go through it here. You could check there's no outlier other than the 12. And then after that, we can draw the graph, draw the box plot. Okay, what's the box plot? Minimum is, what's the minimum? Minimum is 2. And the Q1 is 3.5. That's 6.5. Q3, actually 6.5 is Q3, Q2 is 5. Now the maximum number has to, actually maximum is not 2. I don't know why I put maximum there. Okay, should be minimum. Anyway, maximum is, what's the maximum? Maximum will be 9. Because 12 is an outlier, minimum is 2. Okay, so let's draw this. So minimum is 2, maximum is 9. And then we got Q1, Q3. Q1 is 3.5. Q2 is 5. Q3 is 6.5. Okay, we got this box. Got the 2 whiskers. Box and whisker spot. And then what happened with the 12? 12 is an outlier. We put a cross. That's an outlier. Okay, get the idea? And then that's the maximum. Alright, got it? Okay, so hopefully it's all pretty easy. You can do the first 4 exercise. Use the unit of work, that will help you. If you have a question, let me know. I'll give you the exam back if you haven't received it. Done.